Right. Welcome everyone to Soul Heart Mind TV. I'm your host, Linda M. Blackshaw. And today I have the great pleasure of having a conversation with my very good friend, Cushla Lovejoy. Now, Cushla is a trance channel, and I'm actually going to read this because I don't want to miss anything out. So Cushla is a trance channel of the Divine Mothers, a new thought facilitator, a spiritual counselor, a relationship coach, and a metaphysical counselor. She is also a publicized author and public speaker. She has over 30 years' experience in teaching and working with people on a global scale. She has run workshops, seminars, and retreats, worked individually with clients, and spoken publicly around the world, including USA, South America, UK, Europe, here in Australia, and her homeland of New Zealand. And I'm very excited to share that she's here today to talk about her Oracle deck. So welcome, Cushla.
Thank you, Linda.
Yeah, so how did the Oracle deck come into being?
Well, as you said before, I'm a channel. And so I channel a group that call themselves the Divine Mother Energy. Well, actually, they just call themselves the Divine Mothers. And this is the essence of Source. It's the feminine essence of Source. So they came through and they said that they would like to create an Oracle deck. So that's how that came about. The idea was that they wanted something that was really more in tune with their energy that they bring through.
Well, that's very interesting. And how does an Oracle deck differ from the tarot?
An Oracle, a deck as such, is about bringing that energy of suggestions to support the being. They can have any number. There's a whole variety of different number of cards and decks. There is no major and minor arcana, I think. Perhaps you understand the tarot a lot more, so I'm probably going to pass that bit over to you around how it is so different from the tarot. I can just speak that the Oracle deck itself has, there's energy placed into each card for you to use in whatever way. And passing over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Cushla. Well, for me, an Oracle deck is more immediate, it's more in the now. And for me, I also use Oracle decks very much in my healing practice because, as you said, the cards are infused with energy that can be useful. Whereas with the tarot deck, as you already stated, it is divided into the major arcana and the minor arcana. And what I find particularly with the major arcana, it can be seen as a journey of the soul and a journey of the person because it begins or ends with the fool or the madman. And the lesser cards, which aren't really lesser, but the minor arcana is more about the mundane, the day-to-day, your relationships, our working life. And I think the major difference for me is that when I utilize the tarot is that it goes backwards, it's in the now, but it also takes us into the possibilities of the future. And I do find that with oracles, it is more immediate. Now, you mentioned that the cards are infused with energy. So in what way does that happen, and how do you receive the messages for the cards?
Right, messages are channeled through to me. So I've spent many long years clearing a lot of energy around myself, and so the messages that come through can be very pure. So the Divine Mothers, just to make sure that that happens, in a sense, I move out and they continue to speak through my body. And so when they come through, the energy doesn't have my judgments, it doesn't have my preconceived ideas, my beliefs and my points of view. And often the energy that comes through can be quite different than my point of view, because the Divine Mothers are a lot more, godlike, I suppose. What did you say? They are source energy. And, I'm running this energy here on Earth. So they bring those, I ask, of course, for them to come through. Or, they just come through. And that energy I write it down as they come through. With the art, they said that, as they always do, I have a book done with Johnny Garcia, and the same thing happened there. And this time, I have this fabulous artist called Kirsty. And can I show you a couple of the cards?
Oh, please do. I'm delighted. Oh, that one's beautiful.
This is called Let's Talk, Let's Listen. And so what happens, Kirsty brought through this energy and created these beautiful, beautiful cards, and that's directional transformation, which is moving forward, facing forward.
And you can see that the pictures are, and colours and the energy from the cards are totally different. Now, how did you go about finding an illustrator?
Well, the Divine Mother said that they would bring bring someone to me to do this. And I had, Kirsty was a participant in one of the workshops that I ran, a retreat I ran in Bali. And she was doing a lot of art there. We had art therapy as part of it. And I saw in her energy and in what she was creating that connection. And so every card that she has here, she left up to Divine Mothers in some level to continue to create the picture. And we'll explain this in the little booklet that goes along with the deck.
And how many cards are you planning to have in your deck?
We are having 63. We've chosen that number specifically because it comes to a 9. Everyone will perhaps think we chose a numerology version of it, and no, the 9 was chosen because it's etheric. It's not of this planet, that number 9. And again, there'll be an explanation in the little booklet that we have created of the cards. So, and that in itself was an interesting choice of the Divine Mothers. So I had to go looking for why that was so important. They know, as I've said a number of times, they know more than I do. So often I'm running behind in the sense of finding out information. Sometimes it's just what a word means because they've used it and I don't know that word. A whole concept that I don't yet know.
Yes, they are very amusing and very interesting when we talk to them. Now, have they or you decided on a launch date for your deck?
Yes, I have. And it is the beginning of December. I believe it's the 3rd of December.
Oh, well, that's very good. So in time for everyone to get them for Christmas.
Yes, indeed. Yes, it is. What we're organising is crowdfunding so that they can be made. I see you have one of them up there on behind you.
Yes, you gifted me that one, and I am ashamed to admit that I can't remember what you called it, but I do love it, and I look at it every morning. And well, every time I pass the dining room, I can see it. I just love the energy of it. It's quite dark but quite vibrant at the same.
Yeah, that's the whole beauty of all the different energies that there are in each of them. I'm just looking up, so excuse the page is moving because there's more than 5 pictures in this deck. So my job is to keep up with what they all were. This one here is letting the light into every cell. So it's called letting in the light. And so you see the energy is very different than the energy of the one behind you and some of the other.
Yeah, well, I think that one, you almost have the feeling of pulsing cells when you look at it, or although that could just be me, but that's certainly the impression I feel when I look at it, that there is a pulsing, so you can see the cells moving. Now, you also mentioned that you ran a retreat in Bali.
Yes.
So do you have any other workshops in the pipeline?
I do. I have two in August on just a small one. I have a day long workshop, then I have a 2-hour one, and so the transforming your relationships is a day long one, and this is a rerun. I've run this one reasonably regularly. This is a really good workshop. Transforming your relationship is really about transforming the relationship within. So if it's really brilliant for anyone who's in a relationship and they'd like to create that into something more and more vibrant, more dynamic. And it's also for those who are wanting to look at themselves as far as moving into a relationship with another being or just with themselves, really owning that. And then I've got the 2-hour one, which is Unlimited Self-Actualized, which is a little introduction. It fits into a lot of other courses that I do, so it's really useful. Then I have a 2-day retreat. And the 2-day retreat is in September, in mid-September, and it's called I Am, with a few dots and a question. And it's about who are you choosing to be. So often we look back at our lives and we say, yeah, I'm thinking of a Talking Heads song, just sort of wondering, how did I get here? Who am I? Who's this in my body? And so really looking at, are we our authentic selves? And how often do we lose that authenticity in relationship with other people, whether it's our family, our workspaces, or an intimate relationship? So often we are in that neediness of love, of being loved, of being liked. And so we play out all these roles that really aren't us.
So those workshops, they're held in Perth in Western Australia?
They're all in Western Australia. They're all in or very close to the centre of Perth. The 2-day retreat is at a resort about an hour and a half from the city centre.
Oh, that's good. Now, at some stage, I'm putting you a little bit on the spot here, but at some stage, do you envision that you'll be able to run these workshops and retreats as online versions?
Absolutely, though it would be really good to run the I Am as partly online or online over a length of time. If this is a shortened version of the 5-day I organised in Bali, really. Yes. So it would be really good for people to be able to do it not so intensively, because there's so much that needs to be integrated into the body. So the idea of online is actually really good, Linda, because it means that everyone's got a bit of space in between each process.
Yes, and I suppose the difficulty with online is gauging the commitment of the people who sign up. Whereas if you're there in person, you're encouraged, and you do draw out so much more from a person, because I personally feel that when we're on this personal journey to improve our relationships, the only improvement we get is equitable to the amount of effort that we put in. And having witnessed several of your workshops and the participants as a helper, to see the people when they come in, and to see the light that some of them already have at the end of even one day is really empowering. And it's certainly something I don't know that we would be able to measure as well in an online setting as we do face to face.
I think that the unlimited self-actualized would be a lot easier to do online. And that would actually be a really good one to do online. And also transform your relationship. That would be a lot easier. Though, again, there's something to be said for the group participation. So if we're doing it online, particularly that one, it would be really good to do it in this format so that people actually come on at a certain time, and so their input is supporting each other and educating each other, because that's what happens in the workshops. It's brilliant. Someone will bring something forward, and someone else at the table, as such, will totally respond to that.
Yes.
And never thought of bringing it up themselves.
Well, that's very true, and I think that that's certainly something that you will certainly be looking at very closely to do that. Now, I will, underneath the broadcast, I will place Kushla's webpage so that you can get in touch with her if you want more details about her one-on-one work. Cushla does also work via Skype, so you can work with her one-on-one without being in Perth, because I do know that Cushla has clients right round the world, so you'll be able to get in touch with her via her webpage. Now, as we come to a close, I do wonder whether the Divine Mothers wish to grace us with their presence and with a message or a healing for the viewers.
Sure, yeah. You know what they're like, Linda. They enjoy coming through. So they're actually going to bring through some sound. That's one of the things they do. They bring messages. They also bring vibrational energy, which comes through as sound using my voice. And as you know, Linda, even if I've got, laryngitis, they will still come through so strong. And this has actually happened to me once. So it's just bringing that energy, calling them through. Oh, oh, yeah. Well, it is our pleasure to be with you here in this way today. And so for all of you who are watching this, being with this energy of the one we speak through, we will be working with you. We will be working with you for 36 days, 63 minutes, and 9 seconds. It is our pleasure, and also it is our gift to you to be with you here for this time, to bring light energy to you. We are so, so very grateful for this opportunity with a being in light of light.
Thank you very, very much. And for those of you who are watching, the Divine Mothers have said that they will be working their healing energy on us, and I wrote it down so I don't want to miss it, for 36 days, 63 minutes, and 9 seconds. Now, some of you may experience quite a major shift, and some of us it may be quite gentle. But even if you do not feel it, having heard those beautiful sounds and tones from the Divine Mothers, the healing will be taking place. From the moment you hear it, there will be 36 days, 63 minutes, and 9 seconds of healing energy coming towards you. And what a wonderful way to finish my episode of Soul Heart Mind TV this evening. So don't forget to contact Cushla. I will put down her webpage and her Facebook page, so that there's definitely those two places that you'll be able to connect with Cushla. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because then you're not going to miss what's happening in the coming weeks. So next week, as it is the first Sunday in July, I will be selecting cards using my tarot deck and oracle decks. I like to mix and match. And for people whose birthdays are in July, and for every single star sign, I will pick at least one card, and there will be a message for everybody that watches for the month of July. So thank you very much, Cushla, for coming along this evening and being my first person that I have a conversation with. And good luck with the oracle cards. And when you get your deck, I will invite you back to do some readings and show off the finished product.
Thank you so very much, Linda. I appreciate this. This is great. And so we offer to everyone this reading of space and time. And for everyone here, it is you choose. You choose to have time. You choose to create space.
Oh, thank you very much.